Welcome to the Lonestar Collective Podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Williams. This week, I'm joined by co-host Gramps. Our guests this week are Growhouse Media, Liz Grow and Patrick Pope.
Did you forget my last name, Jesse?
I'm debating in my mind, do I continue with the joke I've had for a while in my head of, do I call Patrick the Patrick Pope of dope?
I love that.
Dope.
I'm so glad you decided to launch that tonight.
Or maybe I should just change it to Patrick Dope. So it's Liz Grow and Patrick Dope.
There you go.
Grow dope.
We're the gropes.
Grow.
That's our.
I like Patrick's idea.
Patrick Dope.
Patrick Dope.
Yeah.
Is dope an instrument?
How we doing, y'all?
Yeah, how's it going, you guys? Thanks so much
Doing
for
great.
having us on.
We appreciate you joining
Absolutely.
us. Love having y'all on. It's always a fun time.
I love
Yeah.
whenever we connect. Whenever I think people in this cannabis game in Texas, whenever we can commune, it's a good time. And I'm always just excited to see y'all, and so grateful for what you guys do in the state.
Absolutely. Thank you for advocating and speaking out against the injustice that's happening with Texas cannabis patients and Texans in general not having full access. So we love you guys, and we always support what you guys do on that front.
It's been a wild ride, especially now that we've got several bills that have been filed.
Yeah.
We're looking at all that and who's got what. I'm surprised. I think Moody combined the decrim bill he had before with the concentrates bill. So it's this
I love that.
this mega merger.
Wow. Yeah, we were
Like
just
it one
talking
and
today
done,
about
really.
what we have coming up, the legislative session top of next year. And how are you feeling, Jesse? Like, are you as excited as I am? I'm a little, just now that we have certain people that got reelected, I'm a little bit skeptical, but how are you feeling about it?
I'm waiting on Representative Click's bill.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because history's shown us that it's going to likely be her bill. And whatever's in her bill will likely be what's passable, will likely be what the governor's willing to sign.
Yeah.
There might be a little bit of wiggle room with that. Like we had wiggle room where there was PTSD for veterans the last time. We got to just be PTSD.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for that. I want to see that when that comes out. I really want to see if we can get a person to sign on with Moody's bill.
Yeah.
We get somebody else, especially somebody maybe
Republican.
Republican like Toth. Toth was phenomenal having his bill the last session and getting yanked around the way he did during that committee hearing. And so you guys were there for that.
Oh yeah.
It was-
It's a clown show. It really
is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just what it seems to be. And, it's legislative session after session. It shows that, our politicians really aren't listening to Texans, and Texans voted the candidates that they voted in. And I'm hoping that those candidates will do right by those votes. Okay. And those voters' desires, and speak on behalf of Texans and not on behalf of your own special interests or on behalf of yourself and protecting your job. I think that's all I have to say about that.
I want to touch on a couple of points you just made there. One being the people voted the people in that they voted in. And I think historically in Texas, that would be a correct statement. But with everything that's happened with the abortion issue and others, I think this go round, we voted against the other person more than we voted for the people that got elected. That's what I think.
Good. I love hearing that. I love hearing that.
I just think because of statements that were made by O'Rourke early on, that he shot his campaign in the foot from day one. You start talking about taking guns in Texas, you're done.
Right.
I mean, it's over. I'm sorry.
No, I hear you.
Right. Texans are,
And then the other point was, the whole aspect of them not listening to the people. I'd love to hear you both of y'all's opinion on this. There's 6 referendums that passed, 6 ballot initiatives basically that passed, counting Austin, and they all passed with a nice majority, right? I think the smallest one was 62%. So, you yourselves were the ones that revealed Dan Patrick's latest statement that we all have burned in our heads, right?
We're just not ready.
Well, the people of Texas just aren't there yet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Now, this is my opinion. This is a slice right down 35, a diverse dissection of the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of people, in that grouping, right? That said overwhelmingly, we are there. Mm-hmm. So I'd love to hear y'all's opinion on that.
Well, when you have multiple cities around Texas vote to decriminalize, and when you have every single poll we've ever taken from 2012 up until now, majority in favor of some form of medical expansion, if not full legalization, they're just not being real.
Yeah.
That they're just not being truthful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you confront them about them, like we were fortunate enough to do to get in front of Mr. Dan Patrick's face, you could just tell that he was bullshitting.
Right.
He knows the truth.
Yep.
And the reality is, if he wasn't completely and totally bought and paid for by some special interest that was against cannabis, he wouldn't just take the bills off of the doctor.
Ding, 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 ding.
And he does that consistently. And now he's reelected. And so I feel like this next go round, as we size up what we're supposed to do at the legislative session, it really is. We need to put pressure on his office. And I don't know if that's just aiming all of our calls to it or getting in front of his face when he has any time he publicly appears, like, packing the audience with 20 people who are going to consistently just ask questions about cannabis. But he needs to be forced. His hand needs to be overforced by the people because it is being completely coerced by these special interests. That's just so clear.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I say is we need to drive this one home, folks.
Yeah.
We'll get it out of the House, but when it hits the Senate floor, what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's going to.
Well, I mean, we need to just drive that whole message home that use that messaging that he used to y'all.
Yes.
Basically to the people of Texas through y'all.
Yes.
We need to drive it home that, hey, wait a minute, looky here.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just not there yet.
You know what?
We're just not there yet. You're just not listening. And that's the point we need to drive home. You're just not listening, and we won't be silenced, and we won't stop. And I think more and more, thanks to social media, we're able to have our cameras and, post things as they happen and catch politicians in lies and things like that. I think more than ever, we need to hold these representatives accountable and ask them direct questions like, it's clear that you haven't supported cannabis, any sort of cannabis progress in Texas. So what will it take? Because the people want it. And poll after poll says so. So you can't say we're just not there yet. We can't, we just have to hold
all these products, all these Delta-9 products, the hemp-derived Delta-9 products wouldn't be on the market if there wasn't a market for them.
No, of course.
Yeah,
of course not. Yeah.
I mean, let's
be
real.
Something I want to point out with this, and I think this could be the thing that probably turns for this session, is that if you look at the last session, and Chris was talking about, we had with this election, the abortion issue and these other items, gun carry was the thing last time. And when that bill got to the Senate, it turned into, he was like, I'm not having this. This isn't going anywhere. And we watched as people flooded the Capitol with calls. They flooded the hallways to an extent for a day. It was like, no, you're doing this. Mm-hmm. And when that happened, all of a sudden his tune changed. And you can see the lobbyist who wanted him to not have that bill go forward, they started stepping forward and going, oh, no, this isn't good for us. And they kept trying to turn it back and forth. And that committee hearing, I was there the day they had the committee hearing for that. And I've never seen so many people at a single committee hearing ever. It was probably 200 to 300 people minimum standing outside. Probably 1,000 total showed up.
Yeah.
And they only had a hearing for, I think, like 2-3 hours. They had limited people talking about this. Wasn't like they gave a lot of time to it, but the people showed up and signed up and showed. They were like, we're here and we want change.
I'm looking for change right now. Okay? I'm just going to light up for change.
Jesse, I'm with you, man. I feel like, I know it's like a fearsome few, and it is a lot. I mean, I think that the people that show up for cannabis, it's genuinely about 20 people and seems to be growing. You've been at it a whole lot longer than we have.
Oh, yeah.
And so you've seen it grow. But it is. We need to create that flood effect when we can, especially just getting it once it's at the Senate. We need to really flood Dan Patrick's office with
absolutely
enough of a voice, enough of a majority that surely to God he will at least allow. Or
I think we need to start now. Personally, I think we need to start now making his office known.
Absolutely.
Where the people of Texas stand on this issue.
Yes.
We're not going to take no for an answer.
Yes.
That's right. We need to get more law enforcement speaking up and speaking out. And I know it's difficult.
Certainly, that would help.
In these cities that have decriminalized recently, I feel like this year will really be the year to help and support law enforcement to maybe get deprogrammed and re-educated around cannabis and the benefits of cannabis and the fact that when you smell it doesn't mean that a crime is happening. Mm-hmm. These men and women who have been serving, and you can't, fault the law enforcement for enforcing bad laws, but I think we're going to see a lot there, and I think it'll help when we have these men and women speak up and say, hey, CBD helps me. I love it, or whatever. Who knows if they're even able to take CBD, depending. But, it's like, hey, crime hasn't picked up since we've decriminalized. In fact, we have fewer instances of domestic violence. In fact, we're seeing fewer instances of DUI. All of these things that we know to be true when cannabis is legalized in a place will slowly but surely start happening when cannabis is decriminalized in a place. And so I'm just excited to see, I think what 2023 and 2024 have to hold for.
No doubt. I like this.
Plays out.
Well, we are going to go into a quick sponsor break here at the Lonestar Collective Podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Williams. I'm joined by co-host Gramps this week. Our guests are Growhouse Media, Liz Grow, and Patrick Pope. Patrick Pope, a dope here at the Lonestar Collective Podcast. We'll be right back after our sponsor messages. Cultivators is a sponsor of Texas Cannabis Collective and the Lonestar Collective Podcast. Oak Cliff focuses on quality assurance with their hemp products while providing customer service to help you discover cannabinoids to meet your needs. Their product line includes hemp flower, pre-rolls, CBG tinctures, edibles, Delta 8, and merch. For more information on their products' quality or to shop online today, visit oakcliffcultivators.com or contact them at info@oakcliffcultivators.com.
Thrive Apothecary offers an experience truly unique from anything else in Texas. A full-service cannabis solution that is doctor-owned and offers customers every level of cannabis legally available in Texas. From traditional CBD products to emerging hemp-derived THC edibles, smokables, and now medical cannabis. As a licensed medical cannabis provider, prospective patients from anywhere in Texas can book a sponsored online eligibility consultation to determine if they qualify for a medical marijuana prescription from the comfort of their own home. Plus, for Texas veterans, the first prescription appointment is donated by Thrive. Visit thrivetx.com for more information.
Welcome back to the Lonestar Collective Podcast, the official podcast of Texas Cannabis Collective. Distributed on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Facebook, and much more, to give Texans information regarding policy, industry, and culture. Here is this week's host, Jesse Williams and Gramps.
Welcome back to the Lonestar Collective Podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Williams. I'm joined by co-host Gramps this week. Our guest is Growhouse Media, Liz Grow, and Patrick Pope. The Patrick Pope of dope.
Wow, I need to have like a crown.
Yeah,
What was it called? Papal hats?
Yes.
Big.
The Papal hat.
Absolutely.
Grow around like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's like gonna blow smoke in people's faces.
What kind of water is that? That doesn't smell right. It don't smell like holy water.
I know.
It's bong
It's
water.
bong water, actually. He'll sprinkle bong water on people.
That's not frankincense, my friend.
Just splashing bong water on people. Oh,
Can I
stop.
tell you guys something cool? I'm really excited about this poster, okay? This is the very first bootleg Taste of Texas Hemp Cup poster that we've gotten. You know, this is the third year that we're doing the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup. And this year we're partnering with Greenleaf. They're our dispensary in New Braunfels, Texas, in our hometown. And they're putting on this Dab Lounge extravaganza. And they've created a whole new persona for the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup in this Dab Lounge. And so he just dropped these off today. I'm so excited to show you guys and share these with you. Are you guys going to be at the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup on the 10th, next Saturday?
Yes.
I'm not going to be able to make it.
Will you be there in spirit, Gramps? Come on.
Come on.
I'll be there in spirit, absolutely. If you got any live feeds, I'll be watching.
Right on.
All right. We will be live streaming from the VIP. It'll be a limited view of the party, but it will be a party nonetheless.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm so excited about it. And, this year it's just going to be bigger and better than it ever has been. We have 26 farmers enter 27 cultivars that we are now judging currently to pick the winner for the, best hemp flower, best craft hemp flower in Texas. So it's already begun, really.
Truly, every year we've been able to do this. This is our third year. It gets more special is really the reality.
Yeah.
We're able to bring more people together, celebrate more farmers, and up the stakes on how we get the word out with, hemp in Texas.
Yeah.
And one of those ways that I'm the most excited about is we've had really special judging partners each year. It's gotten more and more interesting, but this year we have the university, Texas A&M University, as our official judging partners for this. And I'm just excited about that because if you want to talk about where the spirit of this plant is in Texas, we are now teaching it at a university like A&M.
Mm-hmm.
We have agricultural degrees that you can get for farming this plant into the future.
And they're doing some awesome research there as well.
Totally. And so to be able to have
research,
that research happening and then to align that with our goal and dream and really just our love of celebrating farmers, it's an extra special thing. And I mean, this year's just going to be even more exciting.
Yeah.
Saturday, December 10th, correct?
That's correct.
Saturday,
Yes.
December 10th. Doors open at 2:00. It's happening at the Far Out Lounge.
Far out, man.
Far out, man. Austin, Texas. It's right off of 35. So if you can get to 35, if you know how to find I-35, and if you know your directions north or south, you can find our party on Saturday the 10th. Okay, it's super, super easy to get to. And yeah, it's going to be all day from 2 to 10. We have a full lineup of speakers. You guys, that's going to be so exciting.
And these speakers are leaders in hemp and cannabis.
Mm-hmm.
These are some of the people who have been pushing this plant forward in America and living the hemp life.
Yeah.
We're talking about legacy people like Dan Hare, whose father was Jack Hare. That is, it doesn't get any more like where the hemp movement came from than that family. So he's one of our guest speakers. Joy Beckerman, who is truly just a hemp goddess and been a true prophet in the space. And Amos Lozano, who is one of Texas's own, I think, true living legends. I mean, the guy walks, talks, and is hemp in this state.
Yes,
and so to be able to line up these legends of hemp with sort of these new, new stars of Texas hemp, it's going to be an awesome engagement and a great chance for us to just push this plant forward in Texas.
I got to meet Joy Beckerman at the Hemp Expo in Tennessee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite the experience.
Oh.
Great person.
Oh.
Can't wait to see her again.
Oh
Yeah.
man, and she's going to be talking all about the future of hemp in Texas. If we can fucking get it right. You know, I mean, that's the spirit, right, of the people that are coming to the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup. It's about, let's do this. We're right there. You're already fighting the government. You know, we've got a lot of eyes on us from out of state because we don't have full access yet here in Texas. And we have 30 million patients. Okay?
We barely have any access.
No. And so what we're able to do, I'm so grateful for this event, is that it brings people in from other places who have had years of policy and regulation, who are cheering for Texas to get it right. And I know that we can. I know we can get it right, but we got to get over the edge. We have to allow access. We have to have a robust medical program. We have to have a robust adult use program. And then I think we'll really dial it in Texas. And so that's, a lot of the reason why some of these folks are showing up to see what's going on. We've got world leading breeders in Crockett Family Farms who will be there. They're the breeders of the Tangy strain. This is like no joke. They're excited to see this Texas craft hemp because world leading breeders like John Sallow are contributing to the Texas hemp movement. It's exciting. And so those are the types of talks you can expect, I think, during the day at the Taste. And then we have the award show.
Right.
Okay.
It's a full day of events. If you know anything about us or know anything about the event, we like to bring people together. We like to celebrate this plant, and we certainly like to just push it as far as we can in terms of partying and have a good time together.
Yeah.
Our award show is going to be awesome, not only because we have Texas A&M as our judging partners and just incredible farmers competing this year, but we also have a concentrates competition that happens at the event. So this is the only thing that happens at the event in terms of that award will be judged and given out that day of the event. And you, attendees, get to be our judges.
Yes.
How does this work? How does a concentrates event work?
You go to the Painless and Blameless Dab Bar.
Yes. So here's how it's going to work, you guys. So what we did, we wanted to introduce concentrates, Texas hemp concentrates, to the competition because it's really about helping the Texas cannabis consumer better understand these products as they come to the market, educate the Texas cannabis consumer about these products so that they know how to be, great consumers and great patients, right? And we love concentrates, we love dabs, we're all about Turby Tuesday, So the concentrates competition is there will be 6 Texas hemp hash makers. Okay, and these guys have been making hash and rosin and other concentrates for a very, very long time. But we've got these 6 amazing concentrates makers who are making their concentrates with Texas grown hemp. And we all know that the best dabs come from the best flower, period. You can put lipstick on a pig, but, have fun kissing her. You know what I mean? It's about the best product. And so it all gets back to Texas hemp, how great that product is. But then what can you do with that product once you've taken the biomass out of it? This competition is rosin only, no distillates. It's what can you do with the rosin or can you make the hash? So it's all about education. We're all winners. Everyone is going to vote at the competition if you choose to be a judge. And we'll walk you through that at the Flameless and Blameless Dab Bar. Okay. It's going to be a great time, but, I'm excited to hear what you think, Jesse.
I'm expect a lot of coughing.
Yeah.
We're going to blow your mind. We are going to blow your mind. It's exciting. It's not going to be a lot of coughing. It's going to be a lot of vibing.
A lot of people around there are like, what the hell is COVID going around over there?
Right.
No, we're doing them on iSpires though. So what's great is that the competition will be judged on iSpire rigs. iSpire is sponsoring that piece of the competition. And what an iSpire rig is it's an e-rig to dab with, to dab your concentrates with, and you can control the temperature. So we're going to go low temp dabs, and you're going to take a little sip. You know, the judging is all about taste. It's all about feel, and it's all about smell.
Right. It's flameless.
You know,
and
so
flameless.
it's little sips. We're not going to be like ripping hard.
Right. And no coughing.
That's right. No flames and no blames. Okay. Flameless, blameless, and shameless, as I like to say.
Little sips.
Little tips.
Little sips.
And then, of course, we always like to close out with awesome music.
Yes.
We will have Blackillac, which, if you know anything about them, they are like the coolest hip hop duo from Texas. They're on Gary Clark Jr.'s label. He actually is like one of their producers.
He is their producer.
And so every now and then, depending on the cause or the right thing, he shows up. I can't promise anything, but my fingers are crossed that he comes along and hops on stage with them. Oh, please, Gary. Please, Gary.
I would be thrilled to see Gary Clark Jr. show up.
But I'm telling you, Blackillac's going to be great. They have a full band, so it's a huge production. They played ACL. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it is time for us to go into our next sponsor break here at the Lonestar Collective Podcast, because I know you guys have another interview you have to get to. So we're going to move into our sponsor break. I'm your host, Jesse Williams. I'm joined by co-host Gramps this week. Our guest this week is Growhouse Media, Liz Grow, and Patrick Pope. The Patrick Pope of Dope.
That's me.
We'll be right back after our sponsor messages.
All right.
Oak Cliff Cultivators is a sponsor of Texas Cannabis Collective and the Lonestar Collective Podcast. Oak Cliff focuses on quality assurance with their hemp products while providing customer service to help you discover cannabinoids to meet your needs. Their product line includes hemp flower, pre-rolls, CBG tinctures, edibles, Delta 8, and merch. For more information on their products' quality or to shop online today, visit oakcliffcultivators.com or contact them at info@oakcliffcultivators.com.
Thrive Apothecary offers an experience truly unique from anything else in Texas. A full-service cannabis solution that is doctor-owned and offers customers every level of cannabis legally available in Texas. From traditional CBD products to emerging hemp-derived THC edibles, smokables, and now medical cannabis. As a licensed medical cannabis provider, prospective patients from anywhere in Texas can book a sponsored online eligibility consultation to determine if they qualify for a medical marijuana prescription from the comfort of their own home. Plus, for Texas veterans, the first prescription appointment is donated by Thrive. Visit thrivetx.com for more information.
Welcome back to the Lonestar Collective Podcast, the official podcast of Texas Cannabis Collective. Distributed on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Facebook, and much more, to give Texans information regarding policy, industry, and culture. Here is this week's host, Jesse Williams and Gramps.
Welcome back to the Lonestar Collective Podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Williams. I'm joined by co-host Gramps this week. Our guest is Growhouse Media, Liz Grow and Patrick Pope. How's everybody doing?
Man,
So good. Love being here with you guys.
We're gonna have to do what we call the speed round of podcasts. Who's your daddy and what does he do?
Tom Grow, who's a former military ranger, and he'll kill you.
Oh no!
Wait, no.
Tell him don't kill me. I drive the boat.
I know. I won't. You guys have like this hand signals and stuff. Veterans.
Doing this.
yeah.
Like air traffic people out there at their little cones and their flashlights.
Right. Man, so yeah. Oops.
No. Keep on going. You had a thought.
Okay, I was just saying, like before we left, we were talking about the music. But, more than anything, like it's just about bringing the community together for a show, for education, for good vibes, no drama. Like it's all about hemp and cannabis and what we can do to, I think, progress the cause. And I think if anything else, that is what the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup is about. So if you come on Saturday, hopefully you feel that.
Yeah, it's a rally point. I mean, we have to continue to celebrate this plant. We have to continue to show numbers. And if we can in any way get that together and rally around the farmers, the actual people who are putting their lives into this plant, then I think it's like something very important to support as we prepare to get it more legal in Texas, to raise awareness.
Yes.
The best thing we can do is to promote the people who are growing it, that they continue to grow it, that they continue to get better. And I just want to say,
definitely,
the samples that we've gotten this year, like every year they've gotten better. This third harvest,
it's insane.
It's insane how good we are getting, how just mastered our farmers already are. It is mind blowing.
This is no joke. I got a call from Dan Harrer on Friday after he got his box. And he said, "Are you sure this is hemp?" I swear to God, are you sure this is hemp? Yes, it is. It's not just any hemp, though. This is Texas hemp. Okay. And that's why you're like, whoa, what is this? Because you've never had it before, because it's Texas hemp. All right. And it's coming for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm judging in the Texas Hemp Awards this year. Well, I judged last year, but this year too. And I just recently got my package, and I'm like, compared to last year, it's night and day.
It's insane.
The quality, I cut open the package in the living room and went, "Oh shit! I should have done this in the garage."
Yeah, no joke, man. Texas hemp is just getting better and better.
Mm-hmm. I remember the first taste of Texas Hemp Cup going out there, and people had like their flour in their jars, and I was like looking at the stuff like, what the is this stuff? What is this? This looks like dried oregano wrapped on a stick. Yeah. And now it's like, wow, this looks like legal bud from a legal state. My Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. And, it wouldn't look the way it does now if it didn't look the way it did then. That was our first legal hemp harvest in 80 years in 2020. And we had some brave souls get out there and say, "I'm growing cannabis in the state of Texas and I don't give a fuck." Like, period. I don't care that there's no market for it. I don't care that maybe I don't know what I'm doing. I don't care that maybe my neighbors will look at me like I'm crazy or people will judge me. I'm going to do it. Yeah. And that's really who we are honoring, I think, with this event, with this celebration, are those brave souls who are stepping out there into the light and saying, "I'm going to grow my own medicine, whether you like it or not." And I love this stuff. I could not be prouder of our Texas farmers. I could not be prouder.
I'm excited too, because the winner this year, as always, we've had a tradition of having a trophy blown by a glass blower. And this year, Salt of Salt Glass is our trophy maker, our best in show trophy maker. Yes. And he's going to be there actually putting on a couple demos. But I just can't wait to see what trophy he builds. Last year, William Boxfan Menzies was our glass blower. And he, in my mind, it's incredible. It's the coolest trophy I've ever seen at any hemp competition or any cannabis competition, period. So I know that he and Salt are friends, and I know that Salt's going to be gunning to make something special as well.
Yeah. It's a special thing when you're able to bring together, I think, so many subcultures within the cannabis community. We're looking at you, heady glass people. We're looking at you, concentrates folks and hash makers, certainly flowers and cultivators, flower cultivators, but then just consumers in general. It's all about, we just want it to be like an awesome space that you explore and discover new things in that are around cannabis.
Yeah. If you can't tell, we're freaking excited.
Yeah. It's
just
going to be
just a little bit. Yeah. Just a little bit.
Well, plug y'all's website for this event, and this is the end. It's the end of the day.
It's the end of the day. Okay, it's www.tasteoftexashempcup.com, and you can also follow us on Instagram at Taste of Texas Hemp Cup. All the information's coming out. We're giving all information about our speakers this week. So you guys, thank you for your support, and we hope that you can make it out. Tickets are $20, so come on.
Can't wait to see you there, Jesse. And Gramps, you'll be missed, but you'll be there in spirit, man.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I thank y'all for joining us this week. That's going to wrap it up for the Lonestar Collective Podcast this week. I'm your host, Jesse Williams. I'm joined by co-host Gramps this week. Our guest was Growhouse Media, Liz Grow, and Patrick Pope. The Patrick Pope at Dope. Enjoyed having them on as guests. Everybody make it out to the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup, December 10th, 2022. Doors open at 2 p.m. at the Far Out Lounge in Austin, Texas. Y'all have a safe week.
Do it.
love you, Jesse. We love you so much.